Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and today's video. As you can see, the face is bare at the moment, which means that I've got a very special video for you today. Not only are we going to be doing a makeup look, I know it's been a while, but this is also my very first collaboration video with the beautiful Lisa from Authent1c Beauty. Lisa, bless her, she found me and she approached me and we've been talking on Instagram, and basically we've decided she offered to do a collab, or was I interested in doing a collab with her, which I absolutely jumped at the chance, because this has been a goal that I've wanted to do for my channel. When I started it last year, I did hope that within that first year I might be able to do a collab with somebody, with a fellow YouTuber. So thank you so much, Lisa, for approaching me and for putting the suggestion forward. I really do appreciate it, so thank you so much, my darling. To all my lovely subscribers, please go and check Lisa's channel out. I will pop a link up here somewhere, so please do either press that or go into the description Go into the description box, press where it says show more. That will bring up all the details, all the products that we are using in our videos, and obviously there will be links to Lisa's channel there. So what have we decided to use in our first collaboration video? Well, when we were talking, we actually have very different makeup collections. So what we've decided to do is actually use products from subscription boxes. In particular, Glossybox. It's products that we found out we both have, we would both like to use, so this was the perfect opportunity. I'm going to show you as we go along all the products that we will use. Like I say, they will be linked in that description box along with the Glossybox website, all that malarkey. So yeah, let's get into it. I am so excited for this. I've got my favourite cat ears headband out for the occasion. Here we go. Let's just scotch that in and make sure the hair is not going to go anywhere, fly away or get in my eyes, because that's a bit of a pain. So the first product that we decided on using was this. It's by Jecca Blac and it's the Glow Drops. Here we go. So this is a highlighting primer, this one, and I think we all got the shade Rose Pearl. Now then, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to show you the product. There we go. So it literally is a highlighting primer. If I pop a little bit on the back of my hand, there we go. It looks quite scary, and when it first came out the tube I was like, oh, I don't know about this, but when you blend it in, there we go, can you see, it does just give you a lovely bit of a sheen. Now then, I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this product. I'm not a fan of a glowy skin and that dewy look, you know. I have exceptionally oily skin, so I really don't need that help. However, I was a bit sceptical about whether or not I would see that product once I'd started putting my foundation on, which I have done, my base is done. And actually, yeah, you can see it a bit. It's not too heavy, it's not too in your face, so very pleasantly surprised by that one. The next product, which I've not put on yet, and we're going to do now, is this. This is by the company Give Them Lala, and this is the Aloha bronzer. There we go. We received this a couple of months ago, and I'm going to open it up. There we go. It does have a mirror on, and that's the colour of the bronzer. Now, initially I thought this was quite a nice colour and quite light. it's not as light as it might appear. So I'm going to get my Jeffree Star brush. I'm just going to give it a quick colour swatch, just because I did film yesterday, so it's a bit mucky. But there we go. I literally do just use this brush for my bronzers, so it's not too bad. Here we go. And I'm not sure if you can see, but this bronzer does have the tiniest wee bit of a golden shimmer to it. Now, I have used this before. I'm just going to very gently bob in, and then I'm going to make sure I tap off. I have used this before. I'm just going to use it as my contouring, and it is actually quite a pigmented product, so I would seriously recommend that you do exactly what I've done. Just tap in very lightly, tap your brush off, and then go in, because you know I always say, guys, go in lightly. It's easier to build up than to try and take away. So I'm just, like I say, I'm just doing this. It's quite rough. I'm not being overly precise. Here we go. Right, that's just giving a nice glow. There we go. Don't forget underneath your chin, guys. What I tend to do with the under chin, as you can see, is literally just use the excess that's on my brush, and I just swirl it around, and then I go up and down, up and down, up and down. And there we go. See, not a massive change in colour, but just that wee bit, you know, just helps. Next products we're going to use, we're going to move on to the eyes now. And what I've done today is unusually for me. I've actually popped some concealer under my eyes. I've bounced that in with the Beauty Blender. And then I've actually gone over my eyelids and then gone over with like a bit of a, I use a Kat Von D, the Lock-It powder in translucent, just to give it like a bit of a powdery base. Normally I would use my eyeshadow primers, but don't want to do that today because we are using this. This is the Steve Laurant Wild Thing palette that we received in, I believe it was May's Glossybox. Here is the colour story. There we go. So there are 4 mattes and 5 shimmers in this palette. And today I definitely am going to be using this one here, this cooler toned brown. Then I'm going to use this sort of, I think it's meant to be like black, but I would call that a dark grey. I'm going to be using that to deepen up with. And then the other eyeshadow product we're using is by the company Model Co. And this is a liquid eyeshadow that we received, I believe, in the same box, in the May box. But again, check the description box, guys, because my memory is atrocious. I will put at the side of each product which Glossybox we received it in. Those are our 2 eyeshadow products, so let's get into it. I am going to pick up this new Luxie brush, the large shader. So I'm going for quite a large, fluffy packing stroke blending brush. And we're going to go in, like I say, to that cool tone brown in the middle there. Now this is the first time I have used this palette. And a little bit of kick up, but nothing major. And I'm going to use this basically as like a transition shade. So I'm starting on the outer edge. I'm finding where that brow bone is, or the top of my socket bone, I should say, sorry. There we go. And I'm sort of making sure that I'm going over the top of that and just sort of patting on at the minute. I'm going to make sure I come approximately 2/3 of the way into the inner corner. There we go, just building it up. And then I'm going to come down onto this outer corner here. There we go. Into there, into the socket line. Okie dokie, I think that's about right. There we go, like that. And that's actually gone on quite nicely. Okay, I think that's about even. There we go. So, next thing I'm going to do is, okay, so I've just picked up this Morphe one. It's like a small fluffy shader brush, and I'm going to go into this sort of, it's quite a yellowy colour here in the middle here, and I'm going to pick some of that up. Again, a little bit of kick up in the pan, nothing major, and I'm going to go into the inner corner with this and just meet it up with that first shade, and then use this to come over the top of that first sort of cooler toned brown, and just use it to help get something in this inner corner, and also to help blend out the edge of that first colour. So going all the way across, over the edge, give it a bit of a blend. Seems to be blending in okay. Yeah, I mean the colour intensity of that first brown has gone down a wee bit, but you know, that's fine. If we need to, we will go back in and build it up again. It really isn't a problem. So let's just get this on. I'm just going to go back in with that first shade a little bit, just on this eye, because initially I don't think I built this colour up as much as the other side, so we'll just bring that back a wee bit. I've not popped any more product on the brush, I'm literally just stamping in with what I've got. There we go. Okay. Now I am going to pick up, again this is a Morphe one, but just use whichever brush you have handy, guys. I'm using, it's what they call a pencil brush. It's quite a small one. It's not, I've got smaller, it's sort of more of a medium size, if you know what I mean. There we go. And now I'm going to go into that black dark grey and pick some of that up on there. Again, quite kick-uppy, but not too much coming off the brush. So, and I'm going to go into the outer corner with this. I'm going to start in this outer corner, and then I'm going to come in just under that socket line, and I'm going to go right the way across with this, everybody. Okay, now then, this is going on a little patchy. Now, in all honesty, I kind of expected that. Black or dark grey, really dark shadows can be a little bit hit and miss. You've got to have a fantastic formula, really, in my opinion, to get the blacks right. So let's just do this side. So just patting it on first of all, and then sort of not digging in, but sort of patting in and upwards under here, all the way in, and then we'll start with the blending. And I'm just going to grab my original brush, and I'm just going over the edge of those, and I'm just going to blend them in. Use this brush just to blend in a little bit. Now that is working quite well. It's helping to smooth out any of those sort of little catches and sort of stutters of the black or the dark grey, because this is not a black, guys. Yeah, any of the stuttering because of the crepey eyelids. There we go. So I've still got a little bit of patchiness on this side. There we go. So that's where we're at the moment. Okay, now we're going to leave that palette for a moment and we're going to go on to the Model Co. Liquid eyeshadows. Right, now then, this is in the shade, I believe it's Champagne, and I'm just going to get, right, I've managed to find the brush I was looking for. This is a Body Shop one, I do believe, and it's just an eyeshadow brush. It's a small, fairly flat, quite well domed or rounded brush. Now then, liquid eyeshadows, you can use the doe foot and go straight onto your eyelid. Not a problem at all. However, me personally, I find that, you know, if you're putting the doe foot on, if you've got other colours, particularly like your darker colours on there, you may well get some transfer onto your doe foot that then goes into the product. So personally, what I like to do is actually use a clean brush to apply. So I just get my doe foot and I literally just paint it onto the side of the brush. So now we are going to pop this all over the rest of our eyelid, basically. Oh wow. Okay, look at that. Wow, and I'm just patting that. I'm not going right the way into that inner corner, but I am going the majority of the way, and then coming in to just about meet up with that dark grey colour. And there we go. I am going to go back in with that dark grey colour and just tidy that area up a wee bit after I've done this. There we go, other side. This really is a really nice, vibrant, goldy, champagne-y colour, I have to say. Very, very nice, but we shall see how it dries down shortly. And I can already see that where I've opened my eyes, I have got some transfer onto the top lid from that liquid eyeshadow. So just give me a moment and I am going to have some wafting time. Right, I'm going to go back in now with that pencil brush and that dark grey colour. Just picking up a small amount. I'm going to tap off and I'm just going to go in and go back over the edge of that liquid eyeshadow and back into the crease, just to bring that back a wee bit. I'm also going to take this dark grey colour and I'm going to go underneath, and then I'm just going to very gently run it all the way underneath. I am trying to keep as close to the lash line as possible with this one. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat brush. There we go, like that. This is a Morphe one, you can use whichever you like. And I am going to pick up this bronzy antique colour shimmer in the middle here. And I'm going to run that all the way underneath and blend out that darker colour. So we need to do an inner corner highlight, and for that I am going to pick out this sort of it's the lightest sort of slightly pinky champagne-y sort of colour. I'm also got my Urban Decay All Nighter spray, and I'm just gonna spray that because I would like that inner corner to pop. So let's pop that in. right on the tear duct and along the first sixth or so of both the upper and the lower eyelash lines, if you know what I mean. There we go, so that's one. And I do have to say, spraying that has definitely helped with the intensity of that shimmer. There we go. And that's the eyes almost done. So the next product we're going to use is the Huda Beauty dual-ended eyeliner that we received a couple of months ago. So one end is the liquid liner. So you twist and that's there. And the other end is a twist up gel eye pencil thingy doodah. Now I am actually going to use both of these, okay? So I am going to use the liquid on my top lid and I'm going to use the pencil in my waterline because I really do want a dark smoky look today. So here we go. And there we go, there's the liner on. Not too bad, quite a thick formula that was a little bit gloopy. I had to make sure I sort of scraped a wee bit off the brush before I started applying. Also what I found was as I was going over and trying to, you know, fill in any little stuttery gaps, it was getting a little bit sticky, which actually kind of made the problem worse. So one of those products that you have to really work quite quickly with, I would say. So for mascara today, we are using the Eyeko London Black Magic Mascara. Guys, you know I like this mascara. I find it particularly awesome for the bottom lashes, and that's due to the curved nature of the wand. So let's just pop some of this on. See, I do find it tricky for my upper lashes, I have to say, and I don't find this is as building or as separating as some of my other mascaras for these top lashes, but that is not a problem. See, it kind of clumps them together a wee bit, so I'll just try and give a little jiggle and get them separated if we can. Mascara on. And the last product we are using today is the Steve Laurent lip liner that we received very recently. I think it was Augustbox. It's in a lovely raspberry colour. So I'm going to line my lips. There we go. So I've lined it and now I'm just going to fill in. And there we go, it's actually a really nice colour. I wouldn't say it's the softest pencil I've ever used. It's a little bit harsh, but it's okay. It's not drying or anything like that. And I do actually quite like the colour, so that's a bonus. Okay, I think that's everything. The only product that we didn't both have, or rather I should say Lisa had it but I've given it away, was the Lip and Cheek Balm by the Beauty Crop. So unfortunately we've not got any blusher. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go back in with a little bit more bronzer. Let's just get a bit of a glow going. And there we go. So let's spritz and set. Waft. Release the hair. And here we go, everybody. This is the finished look for my very first collaboration with the beautiful Lisa from Authent1c Beauty. I will lean in and let you have a closer look, like usual. So from the front, from the side, and from the other side. I think this look turned out pretty well, actually. Not overly disappointed with the Steve Laurent palette. Yes, a little bit, you know, patchy with those darker colours. But I tell you what, the great thing was, normally with dark colours, you would expect some amount of fallout, and I don't seem to have had that, so that's pretty good. Would I go out and pay the recommended £31 retail price of this? No, it is a very, very small palette. But you know what? It's not bad. It's not a bad palette at all. I would say the shimmers are best used wet. Obviously, I did only use a couple from the palette. The antique gold one, yes, you know, it has helped smudge out underneath. And you can just about tell it's there, but it's not completely obvious that I've got that under there. The one that really did surprise me was the Model Co liquid eyeshadow. Now, apart from the fact that obviously I opened my eyes and got the transfer, but now I know that, I'll just make sure that I give it a waft or allow it to fully dry down before I open my eyes, and we should be okay. I think the overall looks come out okay. Bit more, you know, especially using a neutral palette, which is not something I normally do. So I hope you agree that I've sort of put my spin on it, put my smoky edge, my dark gothier edge onto it. But please let me know your thoughts and feelings down in the comments section below, everybody. Huge thank you once again to Lisa from Authent1c Beauty. I will link her channel up here again for you. Please do go check Lisa out, give her some love, tell her you've come over from my channel, and give her a big hi there and hello. She has, I think she's currently on about 220 subscribers, so please do show her that love, guys, okay? What else? I think that's everything for today. Again, I'm so chuffed and so grateful to Lisa for suggesting this collab. This means that I can tick off a personal goal of mine for my channel, and for that I am really very grateful. So yeah, I think that's everything for today, everybody. If you've enjoyed this video and you are new to my channel, the warmest of welcomes. I hope you consider following me on my YouTube journey. If so, please hit that subscribe button, either the red one down below or the circular icon with my face in it, which will appear here shortly. Make sure your notification bell is clicked and turned on to all. That way YouTube will tell you every time I drop a video, which at the moment is around about 2 to 3 times a week. I don't just do makeup looks, I do subscription box unboxings. I have a live stream on a Friday evening, 8 PM GMT. We literally go with the flow. We talk about whatever is on everybody's mind, what sort of week they've had. Yeah, it can get a little giggly. Please do, I will link the playlist for those live stream videos in at the end of this video, so please do go check those out. And if you are able to join us, that would be awesome. Okay, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, keep safe and well, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye!